Hey, so I had to leave because the class was coming in, but improvised and found a place for us to finish your examples. So I think we finished the last one at 660 centimeters squared, and now we have another find the surface area. I have a right triangular prism, so I'm going to start with my formula, and I'm going to tell you to please start with your formula, and then we're going to plug in what we know. 2 1/2, because it's a triangle is always half, and then the base of the triangle is 8, and the height of the triangle is 6, and then that is my first, twice of the base area, 2 of the base areas, because we have a front base and then we have a back base. The perimeter of the base, so the base that this triangle that we just finished doing the area, now we have to find the perimeter. So this is a 6, 8, and then this line is 10, which means this line is also 10. So the perimeter is 24. And the height of the prism is 14. And that's probably, this pH part is probably one of the harder parts, finding the perimeter of the base and the height of the prism, because it's tempting to use 6 because you see that as the height, but that's not the height of the prism, that's the height of the triangle. But if the prism is sitting on its base, that means if you took this and you put it up on the triangle, that's how tall the prism is. And then we're going to use our calculators, and this is going to be 48 plus 336. And then when you add those, your total surface area is 384 millimeters squared. 384 millimeters squared. That's the total surface area for this right triangular prism. So now let's go to this problem. I have a rectangular prism, 12 feet long, and then this 3 by 5 feet. When you do a rectangular prism, you actually can decide which way your base is. Some people like to look at this as their base. Some people might use this as their base, and some people might use the bottom as your base. For this example, we're going to use this as our base. So shade in this little 3 by 5 circle. And I will definitely encourage you to shade in your base so it gives you a starting point. So this little 3 by 5, I said circle. This 3 by 5 square is our base. We're going to start with the same formula. All right, twice the base area. Now the base of our shape has changed. 2, and the base is now this rectangle. And so I need to find the area of this rectangle, and the area of that rectangle is length times width. So 3 times 5. That is the base. Now, if you wanted to use this front as the base, then you would have done 2 times length 12 and then width 5 if you wanted to do this front rectangle as your base. But for this example, I'm going to use this side as my base. And then plus the perimeter of the base. So my perimeter, 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 3 plus 5, so that would be 16. And then the height of the prism is 12. The height is always going to be not on the base. The height of the prism is always going to be a number that you did not use for the base. I'm going to multiply those, and I get 30 plus 192. And then I'm going to add those together, and my surface area is 222 feet squared. So that's my total surface area. Okay. So for surface area, we're going to do triangular prisms and rectangular prisms, just those 2 shapes. But I want to speak to you really quick about something called lateral area. I'm going to erase this. Surface area is, that's a good eraser. It's a good eraser. Surface area is the area around the solid, the bases and the lateral area. But I also want to talk to you about lateral area. Lateral area is just the middle without the bases. So lateral area is just the pH, just the perimeter times the height. It does not include the bases. Not the bases. Those are the bases. The lateral area is like that in the middle. Or if the bases are on the top and bottom, lateral area is this middle. So in the formula, it's only the second half of the formula is the perimeter and the height. So the 2 examples you have, looks like you have, I'm drawing these quick, a 9 a 9 by 9 cube. All the sides are 9. And I want you to find the lateral area of this 9 by 9 cube. So we're going to start with perimeter times height. Again, we need to pick our base. And so for this example, I'm going to say let's use the front as our base. Okay? So that's our base. We need to find the perimeter of our base. Well, all the sides are 9, so the perimeter of that base would be 9 times 4 is 36. And then the height of the base. Remember, I just told you the height of the prism is going to not be on the base. So that means it's this number. It's not on the base. So 36 times 9. And the lateral area for this cube is 324. I don't even think I gave you any units. Okay, 324 units squared. Whoops, I messed that up. There's some loud music next door and I can hear them. So that is an example of lateral area. Let me show you another example of lateral area. If you have a triangular prism, sorry, I'm having to draw these because I left my boards in my classroom. 5, 12, 13, and 22. Hopefully that matches yours. And the lateral area is the perimeter times the height, the perimeter of the base. Now this is a triangular prism, so we don't get to choose the base. In a triangular prism, the triangle has to be the base. And we need the perimeter of that base. So 5 plus 12 plus 13, so you add this together and you get 30. And the height of the prism, remember the height of the prism is not on the base. So the 22 is the height of the prism. And the lateral area of this one is 660 units squared. Again, I forgot to give you any kind of units, but the lateral area is just the middle. So on this triangular prism I'm going to show you, it just means the blue. This is the lateral area, that rectangle on that side, and then the bottom rectangle. The 3 rectangles that make up the middle, that's the lateral area. So it's not the bases, but just the middle. All right, we'll practice more with surface area in class.